doing all right. We are here on the beautiful Carnival Firenze. We are currently docked at Catalina Island. We're not getting off the ship today. We're from California and we can come to Catalina anytime we want. So we figured we'd take some time today to explore the ship and give you a nice tour. We're going to walk through all of the decks. We're going to show you all of the different places, and then we'll also review some of the restaurants and things like that that we're eating at on this 4-day cruise to Catalina and Ensenada. So stay tuned. We'll get right into it. Before we do, make sure you click below to subscribe. As always, greatly appreciate it. Hey everybody, before I get into the ship tour video, I wanted to just mention something about this particular cruise. We've had a fantastic time. This is our last sea day. As you can see, we are basically just sitting in the middle of the ocean. I will say for us, being from Southern California, this itinerary, not really our favorite. Having a day at Catalina, which is kind of a day trip for us. And then Ensenada, it just doesn't feel like we've had enough sea time, so to speak. So for us, this itinerary doesn't really work, but the ship itself is amazing. So I just wanted to kind of mention that really quick. If you're from Southern California, this itinerary might not be for you. I would have rather had, sea day, Cabo, sea day, home, versus having a day at Catalina. But anyway, let's get into the tour. All right, so we're going to start off with a tour of our room, which was a Cove balcony room 2250. This is on the second deck, and this was the most forward of the Cove balcony rooms. This was actually the first time we've stayed this low on a ship. We're usually up in the upper balconies. We've always done a balcony. We did a balcony for our first ever cruise. We've never been able to do anything else. As you can see here, pretty standard cruise room fare. You got your shelves here with your vanity, obviously your life jackets, very important, safe for all of your documents and valuables, and then 3 drawers and a shelf here in this closet. And then you've got your big closet here, which has a couple of different sides for your clothes here, hang up clothes, shirts and things on the side, and a couple of shelves, and then some hooks there for hoodies and things like that. The restroom, pretty standard cruise fare restroom here that you're going to find on most cruise ships. We obviously opted for the queen bed. It's got a nice little couch and table. TV is in a good location. Obviously, cruise TV is not the best TV. And then here, a look out of our balcony here on the Cove. So we're basically right below the lifeboats. No issues here with noise from the lifeboats or anything like that. It was very quiet during the night, so no issues there, and we enjoyed it. So let's move up to deck 12, which has the jogging tracks and waterworks, the arcade known as the warehouse, and mini golf. So as you can see, it was a gorgeous day on Catalina, but weirdly enough, about half an hour after this, the fog rolled in, which was really interesting. But here we are walking along the jogging track. So you'll see that the jogging track during the day is a little crowded with people, also very narrow in certain parts. So if you do want to get up and go for a run around the ship, you probably want to do it pretty early in the day. But it is a full quarter mile, unlike some other ships where you have to do, 8 laps or 8.2 laps for a full mile. Here it's only 4 laps for a full mile. So it is a true quarter mile track on the Carnival Firenze, which is kind of nice. And from this track, you get to see quite a lot of the ship on the jogging track as well. You have signs completely around the jogging track showing you the distance and that it is a jogging track, and arrows and all kinds of fun stuff as well. You also have some little outlets here on this deck with foosball and some nice seating areas. I saw people out here playing cards and things like that on other days, which is nice. People just kind of chilling out and relaxing. Over on the left here, you've got the sports court, so they do basketball, obviously. They also did a dodgeball tournament at some point. There was pickleball out here on one of the days, so just keep an eye on your fun times to see when all of the activities are going on here on the sports deck. You can also get a pretty good view of the ropes course here, which I did on one of the days on our last sea day. I did the ropes course and it looks fun until you're up there. I'm not afraid of heights or anything. It wasn't the height that got me. It was the ropes on the far end over there. I think when we loop around the other side, you'll see it. But the parts that were just ropes was it was wobbling a lot, let's just say. So real quick, we'll move up to deck 14, which contains the entrance and exit for the ropes course, part of the mini golf, and also a giant chessboard. So this part of deck 14 is pretty small. As you can see here, we just have some mini golf here. There were some kids playing mini golf here, and they kept doing that kids chant that everyone's doing, and like I wasn't going to mute the video or something like that, but here we are. So here is the ropes course. They do not allow any kind of video or phones or anything. You have to put all of your belongings in a locker when you do the ropes course, and that is the exit side there. So for those who don't know, this is not an original Carnival ship, so there's no whale tail on this particular ship. This was originally a Costa ship that Carnival purchased in 2020. There's the rope right there that gave me trouble on the ropes course, that made me wobble quite a lot here. But as you can see, half of the mini golf is on deck 12, the other half is on 14. And then here is again is the entrance and exit for the ropes course. You will notice too on port days in the mornings, they're doing a lot of cleaning up of the ship and washing down the decks and things like that. So you may need to be careful walking around. Things might be a little damp as you're walking around the decks here in the mornings. They try to get it done when there's not a lot of people out here on the decks. So then we'll continue our walk around deck 12. As I mentioned, if you want to jog, you can see it's pretty narrow here in certain portions with the deck chairs around the jogging track. And then you can kind of get a good look down there into decks 10 and 11, which we'll get into in just a moment. Also gives a really good view of the water slides. Once again, every time I go on a cruise, I plan on doing the water slides, and then I never end up doing it. Here's also the waterworks here. It's nice to be able to get some video of the waterworks since there was no kids playing. I don't typically like to do video of kids play areas for obvious reasons. And unlike a lot of ships as well, there's not really any deck that you can walk around the full area of the ship on. This ship does kind of not allow you to do that, except for on deck 5, which we'll get into a little bit later. But as you can see, absolutely gorgeous day at Catalina. And then up here, there's some deck chairs. This is technically deck 14. But not really a whole lot here. Just some lounge chairs, and you can watch people on the water slide. So we'll head up to deck 15, which is the Serenity adults only deck. Also contains the entrance for the Serenity Spa. Also has the Spritz Bar and Fresh Creations. So this is the Serenity adults only retreat. Lots of lounging going on. Lots of deck chairs, lots of cabanas, couches. Again, as we were exploring the ship and other days, people just kind of chilling up here. Playing cards, playing board games, things like that. Our sea day, we weren't really moving too much, so you could play cards on the deck and it wasn't really that big of a deal. Over here on the right is the Spritz Bar, which wasn't open the morning we did our tour, but was open later on in the cruise. And then just lots of little tables out here for chilling out and relaxing. Fresh creations over there to the right. And then, as you can see, lots of very comfortable deck chairs and lounges and cabanas. And then a really great view of the forward of the ship. Just a lot of space out here for just lounging and relaxing, which is nice. For those of you like us that don't have kids on the cruise, it's nice to have that spot where kids are not allowed. So as you can see, these two kids are now being told that they are not allowed in this area. The crew is really, really good about keeping people out of areas they don't need to be in. Very friendly crew as always. On deck 12 here, we've also got the Cloud9 Spa and the Cloud9 Fitness Center. I didn't go into either, but you can see here is the entrance for both, decked out for the holidays. Each area had its own little Christmas tree set up and things like that, which was kind of cool. Celebrating the holidays on the ship. And then you can walk right back out to the waterworks area. And back onto deck 12, back where the jogging track is. One thing I will mention, if you do want to jog and you are stopping in Ensenada on the Firenze, there's a nice little path right along the cruise port in Ensenada where you could get your jogging in Mexico. So if you don't want to put up with having to avoid chairs and people walking during your cruise, you can get off the ship in Ensenada. Nice little jogging area there right off the ship. And then we'll just kind of forward a little bit. We're not going to walk through the entire jogging track again. And we will head down to deck 11, which contains the Carnival Seaside Theater, a couple of bars, Camp Ocean, the El Mercado, and the sports court. So here on deck 11, you can see a lot more lounge seating. This cruise ship has so many places to sit and chill and relax. Whether you want to be in the middle of the action or you want to be in a more secluded area, which we'll kind of get into a little bit later in this video, show you some out of the way areas that we found where you can enjoy some peace and quiet with not a lot of people around. This section still does have a smoking section out here on this deck here, weirdly placed right on the other side of the sports court. You would think that people playing sports and then people smoking 10 feet away would not be a good combination, and you're probably right. So if you want to avoid the smoking section outside here on this deck, just walk around the other side of the ship there and you will avoid the smoking section on this particular area. There is another outside smoking section that we will point out later on in this video, and of course the inside smoking section of the casino. Here we have the Camp Ocean Playground, which is nice that they have a playground, outside playground for kids that is kind of separate from everything else. So very nice that they have nice touch there for the kids there that are going to the clubs. I will also mention that the Christmas cruises, when they're in the clubs, they actually are also preparing something for the holiday show. So the kids all came out and did some stuff for the holiday show that they were practicing all week in the club, which was really fun. Here we have the El Mercado. On our departure day, we actually sat out here on these little tables here, kind of a little balcony and had our lunch, which was really nice to kind of look over. I did have a grilled cheese with ham from the restaurant there on that day too. Actually quite tasty. But you can see just a lot of really cool nooks and crannies just to sit and relax and chill with some views. You also have some ping pong, some nice Italian art on the walls as we're going through. So you'll see people spending time with the ping pong, and there's a foosball table here in the middle, and then another ping pong table all the way on the other end. There's also a small library as well on the other end there. So if you want to read a book, you want something to do, some board games, all there for you. And then we'll move down to deck 10, which includes the Versilia Pool and Bar, the Pizza Del Capitano, Seafood Shack or Chicken Shack, the Lido Marketplace, Tomodoro, Guy's Burger, the Lido Pool, the Rococo Bar, and the Javablue Cafe that you can see right there. There are a couple of places on the ship where you can get your specialty coffees, Javablue being one of them, the most popular, but we'll point out some other places where you can get your specialty coffees as well. And just again, some nice areas to sit out here and chill. Life vests for the kids if they're going to go swimming. The Tomodoro, which is a Mexican-Italian fusion. We did not eat here. Since our cruise was going to Mexico, I wasn't going to waste any taco or burrito times on the ship, so we did not quite eat there. But they do have breakfast burritos as well if you are so inclined to check that out. Here is the Lido Marketplace. Pretty much standard cruise buffet. We ate here one day for lunch just because we didn't want pizza and we didn't want burger. It's fine. We're not cruise buffet people. I know a lot of people exclusively eat in the buffets. We are not those people. We are definitely restaurant people. So, take that for what you will. But it was fine. We ended up having salads and chicken strips or something. But, it's really big. Lots of different sections, lots of different places. The crew, no matter where they are, as you can see here, they are very friendly. Probably very used to people like me walking through with my GoPro and doing ship tours and things like that. So they'll give you a nice little wave as you're going through. Things like that. Obviously, you can come down here for breakfast as well. There's an omelet bar, late night. They have a late night buffet a couple of the nights as well, where you can come out later in the night and get snacks. Obviously, the desserts are out here, the swirls, your iced tea, your water, your lemonade. And then over here on the left, you have the pizzeria. Really good, actually. We actually ended up eating a late night pizza probably 3 of our 4 nights on the cruise here. So the lines get a little long, but they are fresh, they are quick. The line, I don't think I waited more than 10 minutes for pizza. So, the line might look long, but it goes pretty quick there, and it's fresh. And then here is the breakfast/chicken shack. I did eat here on the first day as well. Pretty good chicken sandwich there. So, and then you can also get chicken strips and fries and all that. And then I will spare you another walk through the buffet. You've seen one side of the buffet, you've seen them all. They did switch out the flavors in the swirls a couple times, so it was mainly chocolate and vanilla, but the last day they also did have strawberry. Guy's Burger Joint, pretty standard fare on Carnival cruises now. Even if the line looks long, just like the pizza place, it goes pretty quick. So there's 2 sides of the line as well, so if there's a line kind of stretching out this way, there's a line on the other side that you can get to as well. Alright, so now we're going to move all the way down to deck 3 and work our way back up. We have the Michelangelo restaurant, Medici restaurant, the chef's table, Piazza del Duomo, the Atrium bar, Carnival Adventures guest services, the Club O2, and the Circle C, which are the kids clubs. So we'll start here in the Medici restaurant, which is your restaurant for your dining if you have assigned dining. So we did the My Time dining. We do the My Time dining on every cruise. We like to kind of pick our time. I will say that the Medici seemed a little nicer than the Michelangelo where the My Time dining was, but both were fine. Here we have the Atrium. We'll take a quick walk around. Over here on the right, if you are doing the chef's table, this is where you are going to meet up with your host for the chef's table, where they will walk you back into the galley, which is right here next to guest services. You do have 2 guest services line, one for regular people and then the other line for your gold platinum line here as well. You also have one of the kiosks to add money into your sign and sale. One of the kids club's entrance there on the right, and then the other, which is the club C, and then the club O2 here on this side of this particular deck. So again, I did not obviously go down and do the kids clubs, but if you have kids, obviously make sure you go in and check them out. Over here on the right, we have the Carnival Adventures. This is where you're going to plan all of your excursions. If you haven't already, you can also just use the Carnival app to plan your excursions. There's definitely less lines for that desk now than there were in the past, because I think most people now basically just use the app. And then deck 4, we have the theater, Teatro Rosso, the fun shops, Dream Studio, Cherry on Top, which is your candy shop, the casino, the Heroes Tribute Bar, the art gallery, Limelight Lounge, and the second level of the Michelangelo restaurant. So lots to see and do on this particular deck. Here is the Dream Studio. And then we have our one floor of the Teatro Rosso. It's a 2-floor theater. So you can see that here. This is the bottom floor of the theater. So this is where all of your Playhouse productions will be. Bingo, Deal or No Deal, the holiday show if you're coming on a Christmas cruise, your opening night show, basically all that. The other cool thing that they do on this cruise is the final night, the 21 and over comedy show is also in the big theater. So it's one of the more popular comedy shows. So it is in the big theater, which is kind of nice. Here we have some of our fun shops. I will say I noticed on this particular cruise that the ship models were a little bit more expensive than on our last cruise. I believe there were 35 on our last cruise and they were 65 on this cruise. I don't know if it's because of the ship not being an original Carnival ship, but I did not get one for that. And I'm not paying $65 for a cruise ship model. So we broke with our tradition here on the Firenze. Here is the main casino here. As you can see, rather large, lots of slot machines. And then over to my right is where you will have all of the table games. This is a smoking casino. This is only a smoking casino when the casino is actually open. So when you're at port, you're not at sea, the casino is not open, so people cannot smoke in here during those times, but you can still smell it. As somebody with asthma, having to walk through here a couple times during casino open hours, not the most fun. There are some elevators here right outside the casino. I'll touch on the elevators in just a second here. Over on the left here, there is a smoke-free casino. So it's rather small. You can see here, there's a couple of tables here, and then a couple of rows of slot machines, but not really a whole lot of room in here. Personally, I prefer it if they made this the smoking casino and the other one was smoke-free, but again, I understand that there's got to be reasons why that is, why they allow people to smoke, just because I'm sure they gamble more. And you will still see hand sanitizing stations all throughout the ship, which is still nice to see. Over here on the left is one bank of the elevators. I will mention these elevators are a little bit different than other elevators on pretty much anywhere. These are elevators that you select the floor you're going to before you go on the elevator. And there's no buttons inside the elevator to select a floor. So basically everybody in your party is supposed to select what floor they're going to, and it's supposed to be quicker. It doesn't work because people don't follow the rules, but it's a little bit different, so it does take people a couple days to get used to them. Here is the Heroes Tribute Bar. They're showing games pretty much all throughout the cruise in here, with a nice bar that they have on pretty much every Carnival ship, I believe, which is nice to see. Here is the art gallery. It's usually a little bit bigger on other ships, I will admit. Usually there's a space you can walk through and view, but This is basically where people line up for the comedy shows, so I'm guessing people admire the art as they're waiting in line, and then they will buy the art as they're getting in line. So I'm sure that that's not entirely a bad thing here for the art gallery here. Here is the Limelight Lounge, which is where your comedy is. It's also a dance club, I think, a couple of nights during the cruise. They were doing some event in here, so I wasn't able to walk in and get video. But we did see one of the comedy shows in here. Really fun, but you do need to get there early as it does fill up for some of the shows. I think some of the family-friendly shows get even busier than some of the other ones. Now we'll head up to Deck 5, which has the Terrazza staterooms, the Moda Bar and Lounge, Tuscan Lounge, Pixels Photos Gallery, fun shops, some of your specialty dining, bars, things like that, which we'll kind of go through, and then your second level of the theater as well. So we'll kind of take a walk through Deck 5. So this is the Moda Bar and Lounge. It's probably one of the fancier lounges here on the ship. You can see really nice, just chill. So if you're going to have dinner at one of the specialty restaurants, maybe have a drink here before or after during fancy night. If you want to go beyond that, you have to book a Terrazza stateroom. So they do have their own Terrazza deck. So I wasn't able to go out there. You need a wristband to go out there on that particular deck. So I wasn't able to do that. There are some videos out there that go through the Terrazza staterooms and the deck and everything. So check those out if you are interested in booking one of those rooms. At some point, I think we will on one of our future cruises, because it's just kind of one of those splurge things that we might try at some point. And the entrance to those staterooms is right here. Beyond that is the Tuscan Lounge. This is where you're going to find all of your trivia goings on, song, guess the song. There's also the Empanadas bar over there on the left. And then basically right behind me is the Tuscan Lounge bar. This is also one of those spots to get your specialty coffees as well. So if the Javablue is busy, come down here to the Tuscan Lounge and you will be able to get specialty coffees. Here is the ship model. It still says Costa Firenze. Believe it or not, it does not say Carnival Firenze. So they haven't updated that yet. So again, that could be why the ship model that you can buy was a little bit more expensive on this particular ship. Could be. Here we start getting into some additional bars and our specialty dining. Over here on the left is the Frizzante bar. We did not partake in anything at this bar, but you can see they also do have specialty coffees there. Il Viaggio is your Italian restaurant that is specialty dining. It does cost more. We were going to do that restaurant on our last night. We decided to eat in the Michelangelo during just our regular dining. About halfway through our meal, we wished we had actually gone through the Italian restaurant. So I heard it was good. So next time we will be sure to check that out. Here we have the Bonsai Sushi, also an upcharge here for the Bonsai Sushi, and then just another look at the Amari bar here that basically leads back towards the Tuscan Lounge where we just were. So just kind of another view here of that. Amari bar, another place we did not visit during our trip. Fahrenheit Steakhouse, again, very good. We ate there the first night. If you are eating in the steakhouse on the first night, you do get a 50% discount on a bottle of wine priced under $100, or you can get a free bottle of the Carnival wine, up to you. But really nice deal there. And then here we have the Bonsai Teppanyaki. We did not try it on this particular cruise, but I heard really good things about it. So we'll definitely check it out next time. This is our second cruise during the holidays, and they always do an awesome gingerbread display, so I really love this one. Gingerbread Village here, the little penguins and gingerbreads and train tracks and things like that. Really cool display to check out. So every time we walked by, we noticed something new, which was kind of cool. Then right next to that is the Piano Bar 88. This is your piano bar. next to the display here. We also did not go into the piano bar on this trip. It was such a short cruise, we just didn't really have a whole lot of time. And then also on deck 5, this is actually one of the decks that is really kind of secluded. There's a lot going on deck 5. There's, the dining and things like that, but there's also a huge outdoor section of this particular deck that you can utilize, and not a lot of people seem to know is here. So this is where you can get into your terrazza staterooms, the terrazza deck there. So you cannot walk all the way to the front there on the terrazza, but you can walk basically everywhere else around deck 5. So you can see here, there are some nice tables out here, tables and umbrellas. And then, as I mentioned earlier, this is now basically an hour after I recorded the first part of this video, and you can see how foggy it is. In Catalina, you can't even see the island at this point. There is a restaurant here called La Stra. We did not see this open at all during our entire cruise. I believe it was open on our last sea day, but we didn't come down here. But it's kind of a barbecue place, so that's, if you're into that, you can come down here. I believe it's only open on sea days, not open on port days. But as you can see, you can just take a nice walk around deck 5. Very quiet, very out of the way. So if you're looking for a nice outdoor spot to chill, this is where you want to go. Even on the sea day when everybody's on the ship, obviously, there was not really a whole lot of people down here. Just a lot of really great places to sit. I had to come out here and take a phone call one of the days, and it just was completely empty. You can see just people chilling out and playing cards and playing games and things like that. In addition to that, on this deck, most of the specialty restaurants have an outdoor seating. So this is the Bonsai Sushi. You can see that there are some seats out here for Bonsai Sushi. So you can kind of chill out on the deck itself. I don't know if they have it open all the time. We didn't see anybody actually eating out there, but you can see that there is seating out there for that. So that's definitely something to check out. I'm sure maybe during the summer, but I'm sure if you requested an outdoor table, I'm guessing they would probably give it to you. There is also a smoking section on this deck as well. So again, just something to keep your eye out for if you are a smoker or you want to avoid it. And this would be the only deck where you could actually walk around the full area of the ship from the forward to the back of the ship and see it all, but you would have to have a terrazza stateroom. That would be the only way you could actually do it. But this is the closest you can get to the forward of the ship as a regular guest, so just keep that in mind. But again, a very quiet, secluded area here on deck 5. And then you can see there's some entrances to some crew-only areas down here at the forward part of the ship. But you could totally stand out here and watch the ship go through when you're on a sea day. I believe that deck there, I believe that is crew spot. All of the stairs in this particular area go down to the crew area, crew-only area. So I believe that is a deck for the crew, which is great. They should have their own space to get away from guests and enjoy the outside and have a little pool and things like that. So I think that's absolutely spectacular. And then another stairwell down to the crew area only. And then over here, just more seating, more out of the way seating here, tables and chairs. You can grab some food from somewhere, some drinks from somewhere, and just kind of come out here and chill and kind of have the deck to yourself. Sometimes that's what people want. That we definitely enjoyed having our own little outdoor spot here with not a lot of people around. If we had been on a longer cruise, we probably would have enjoyed this area a little bit more, but only a 4-day, you don't really have a lot of time to explore and visit everywhere. This is the outside of the steakhouse. So again, the steakhouse has outdoor seating as well. So you don't know if you can request outdoor seating when you book or when you're checking in. They didn't seem to have it open the night we ate at the steakhouse, but it was, obviously dark and at night. But I'm sure that you can probably request that if it's open. So nice little option there if you want some outside deck seating during your steakhouse. And I believe this is outside seating for Il Viaggio, the Italian restaurant. So if you want to sit outside while enjoying your Italian meal, just like with the steakhouse, just like with sushi, you can probably request the outdoor dining. I don't know if they do it every night, but never hurts to ask. So it's nice that they have these indoor and outdoor options here for the different restaurants. Really cool way to do that. And then going back through the doors here, this takes you right back into the Tuscan lounge. So yeah, you can almost do a full loop around the ship here on deck number 5. We'll continue our tour of deck 5 with the rest of the Carnival shops here. So you have your beauty salon, and more beauty, and then your top floor of the atrium. So if you want to see the captain's toast and things like that, you can come up here and view all of that up here. This is also where you can enter the top level of the theater. You have your watch shop, your jewelry shop, things like that up here as well. All right, to wrap up this video, let's talk about some dining. So the first night, as I mentioned, we ate at the Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse. A nice little slider there. Some amazing bread. Got the stuffed mushrooms, as well as the Caesar salad, and of course the surf and turf here, which was fantastic. All of it was fantastic across the board. And then this chocolate sphere dessert in here, you can see it melting on my plate. Thank you. It was delicious, maybe a little too chocolatey for me, but it's still really good. My time dining, I'll be honest, it was kind of a miss on this particular cruise. Here's some calamari and chicken cordon bleu and the creme brulee. The best thing I had was the breakfast burger, to be honest with you. And then the last night, pork chop, which was really salty. My wife had steak, which was really fatty. And then the volcano cake. In Ensenada, we had planned on doing a taco tour with about 6 taco places, but unfortunately, half of them were closed the day we were there. But you can see here, just some fantastic food here. At a couple of the taco places in Ensenada. I'll put the map in our comments here so you can check it out. Really good. And then on our actual anniversary, we did the chef's table, which was just heavenly. We did it on the Miracle a couple of years ago for my wife's birthday, and so it was nice to do it here. This one is actually in the galley. So we started off with a tuna crudo, which was just melt in your mouth good. This duck cigar, which is kind of weird, but really good, kind of basically a duck egg roll. Avocado popper, which was one of my favorite things. It was so good, just really well done. And then the land and sea, which was a lamb and scallop type thing, absolutely fantastic. And then we got to see a demo of them making the lava cake. So I'll post that in a separate video. I'm not going to put it in this one, but I'll put the link to it here. This bread, just with this butter, I could have just eaten this, to be honest with you, and it would have been worth it. The lobster our way, so this was kind of a lobster duo here with some potatoes, Yukon Gold potatoes. The black was with pudding, and then there's like a lobster soup. So they put in like some beef broth with the lobster on the right there, and then it just kind of melts and melts in your mouth too. It's really, really good, really well done. The chef sampler. So it was beet cured salmon, air pillow beef carpaccio, crab, and grapes, and kind of smoked there a little bit, which was very, very good. Next was the Dover sole, which was really good. The potato purple thing, it didn't seem like anybody at our table really cared for it. And then the carrot was delicious. The hickory smoked lamb loin, which was really good, and the squash I actually really enjoyed. The blood orange sorbet, which was kind of a palate cleanser, and the green apple and crunchy cucumbers that were like frozen, so good. Braised wagyu, which is probably one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life, just so freaking good. The chocolate forest, again a little chocolatey, too chocolatey for me, but really good for our anniversary. And then the cheesecake sphere here, which was really good. And then we'll just end with a quick look at the captain's toast here in the Atrium. This was on, I believe, the first or second night of the cruise here. The captain gets up and toasts everybody with the cruise director there in red. We had a really fantastic cruise director on the Firenze. And then this was, I don't know if it was the same night or later on in the cruise, they did a Motown night. So we just stood up here on the second level of the Atrium and just had a blast. Everybody singing along with the Motown songs, the cruise director just leading everybody. Just a really fun time. We had a fantastic cruise. The Firenze is definitely a different kind of carnival ship. May not be for everybody. It was for us. It was a little fancier than your normal carnival cruise. As I mentioned at the top, the itinerary for us in particular left a little bit to be desired. If we're being completely honest, that could be because we're from Southern California and this is now our third Mexico cruise. So this was probably our least favorite of the itineraries that we've done, but still really fun. Really enjoyed the ship. Just did not seem like there was enough actual quote unquote cruising going on for our taste. But your mileage may vary. If you're from another place in the States or another country, then you'll probably love it because Catalina's beautiful. Ensenada's really great port as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will talk to you soon.